Hello friends, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far, or what's left of it. Today I wanted to come to you with a Happy Mail, a haul, and an announcement, and we'll do the announcement first. This announcement is about my daughter, me and my husband's daughter. She has opened an Etsy shop. We have been trying to get her to do this for years. As you guys know, she does draw very well, and she makes watercolor cutouts for my journals, and she will probably eventually add some of those types of items to her shop. However, for right now, she has listed some jewelry. She also makes handmade jewelry. She's really good at it. She just has a knack for it and can make things really quickly that are super beautiful and intricate. So I'm going to link her Etsy her Etsy shop below. Do not feel obligated to buy anything, but if you would like to favorite her shop, I know that helps boost her views when people are searching. So I'll put a little screenshot here of it. She designed her own logo, and I think it's precious and adorable. Her favorite little lovey when she was little was a bunny made by Bunnies by the Bay, if you know that company. And so a lot of her little persona and logos and emblems over the years have kind of reflected Bunny and her love of Bunny. But I'm excited for her. She's already made one sale. She launched it yesterday, and she sold something overnight. So I'm very excited for her. The next thing I wanted to share is a haul. And you know what? Let's do the Happy Meal first. All right, I'm back. I have a Happy Meal envelope from Peggy. Peggy is so sweet. She is always listening to what I'm saying in my videos, and she sends me in sort of mini installments, things in Happy Meal that I can use in these journals. And Peggy, you're just so amazing. Such a good listener and such a generous soul. So thank you so much for this. I'm excited to see. I know what you send me will be very useful. Oh my goodness, look, it's stamps. Okay, she sent me a card. Okay, let me read it. She keeps finding things at the Goodwill bins that she thinks I can use. God wants to bless you. Oh my goodness, thank you, Peggy. And I pray that God blesses you as well. You guys are just so generous and so loving and sweet. I'm so excited to have gotten to know all of you guys. Okay, so first of all, I see these gorgeous thank you notes on top. I can't even imagine finding something like this at a thrift store. You guys, I think this is the summer I need to do it. I just need to go to a Goodwill bins. I really hope that it's not a super disappointing experience and I only find unusable stuff for journals. So do you guys think I should do it? The closest one to me is Greenville, which is one of our largest cities in the state. And I just don't know. I don't know that I'll have any luck because I bet there's going to be so many people there. Are there good tips from y'all on the best time to go? Morning, afternoon, right before they close? Are there certain days of the week that are better, or is that determined by each individual bin? I don't know. I don't understand how this works. It's like a foreign language to me, so enlighten me and let me know. So the drawing board, I have a search on eBay for drawing board brand cards because a lot of them, not a lot of them, some of them have been illustrated by Guio Fujikawa, which is my favorite children's book illustrator. So that's really funny that this is that brand. They make a lot of cute cards. And I love the envelopes. They're sort of maize colored. So cute. Look at this. Did you find all of this at the bins? That is amazing. Oh my goodness. I will open these eventually, but I feel bad about opening them. They're just so great. Look, there's Big Bird for the 70s. Oh my goodness. Look at this. The popular yellow smiley of the 70s. So cool. Stacy, if you're watching, I might open this and tear this out and send this to you because I know you collect smileys. Oh my goodness, there's cats. Space Shuttle program. My favorite little guy. Are you an E.T. lover or E.T. hater? Does he scare you? He scares my husband, but I love E.T. That looks like Atari or Nintendo. I can't tell. Figure skating. Y'all, our calendar revolved around the Olympics. We would eat dinner in front of the TV if there was a figure skating competition that we didn't want to miss, or gymnastics. I miss those days. All right, Muppets Take Manhattan. I was just telling my daughter about this movie. She went to New York with her best friend last spring. Or I guess we're still in spring, like back in March. And I kept trying to find a copy of this movie to show her before she went, and I could not find one. So maybe I'll just let her look through this. This is amazing, and it's in such great shape. Look at this. Do you remember these little mail order things? You could order all these toys and stickers. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. I love this. Y'all remember when Kermit was dressed up like that and he had the little rats as his feet? Hilarious. I love this computer font up here. Oh my goodness, my husband's gonna freak out about this too. He was into comics as a kid. Marvel Limited Series. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Thought it was Transformers at first. This looks like Battleship. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show this to my daughter and her friend too. Her daughter's friend is into Marvel as well. That's interesting. I don't know if any of these characters are still around. And look at this, M&Ms, the way they used to look. Do they still make yellow M&Ms and orange? I know blue was added, but I feel like they took out, I think they took out the light brown to add the blue. Star Comics by Marvel. Okay, interesting that Marvel got the license for Muppets. Okay, this is cool. Peggy, thank you. This was so fun. So fun. Okay, so the haul is 2 parts. The first part is, I really wish now I had taken video. I probably should have, because I was there for 2.5 hours. Yes, I went to a library book sale and I was there 2.5 hours. Now this is a book sale they have every week. Okay, it's not like it's like a one-time thing. I just only allow myself to go to this book sale once a year. Personally, if I go more than that, I know I will have to open a library myself to house all the books that I bring home. So I have limited myself to 1 time a year, and this was the day. My daughter was going to go with me, but at the last minute she got invited to lunch by my mother-in-law, so she went there instead, which was sad. But then again, I didn't feel bad about staying as long as I did because I didn't feel like I was keeping anybody there. I basically went in mid-morning and stayed through lunch, and I was happy as a lark. It felt like 5 minutes to me. But this library book sale is a county-wide library book basement that is 1 county away from me. So it was about a 40-minute drive. That's another reason why I don't go that often. But oh my goodness, never disappoints. There's so many things there. I believe I looked at every single book in the entire basement. And they had a few things that were marked down to 25 cents. Last chance books, so I got 3 of those. Let's start with the vintage children's books that I found, which was my main goal of going. I'm also trying to find one of the reasons I went, I'm trying to find a book to use as the base for my husband's Israel journal. I cannot figure out exactly what I want. He's already told me that he wants a hardbound, sewn-in signature. He doesn't want a ring bound. So that's somewhat limiting because I was at first thinking like maybe I turn a vintage photo album with rings, but he wants a bound. And then I really want something to look like Israel, either brown or blue, like the flag, but I don't want it to be so busy that I feel like I can't put a topper on it. And it also has to be a good size. It needs to be at least 6 by 9 because he's going to print photographs and put them in there. So yeah, it's been this thing. I have several like offers right now on eBay from sellers that I've favorited the items, but he can't make a final decision and I don't want to make it for him. So we're kind of in a stalemate. I didn't find a book for that, sadly. But I did find lots of other treasures, including some vintage Telltale. Yes, now almost all the Telltales at this book sale look like someone has taken a bite out of the corners. It's fine on this corner because we take the spine off, but some of them you'll see are really rough on this side as well. This one I think is going to go in my shop. Y'all know I love Donald Duck, but I don't plan on doing a Disney or Donald Duck journal anytime soon. And I know these are sort of hard to find and coveted, so I'll be dropping this one in my shop if anyone's interested. Look at this one. This is a junior elf book, and it is, so Whitman and Ramanelli. It's still, I still get those confused. This still has a Kmart sticker on it. And it's Myrtle Turtle, and it is so cute. The images are just precious. The way they draw their little beady eyes, I love it. And then every other page is monochromatic, and then there's the full color after. But I love it. I think it's cute. I'm going to use it as an eclectic journal, I think. I'm not going to make a turtle themed journal. That would take me 5 years to find ephemera for that. This one, y'all, this one has been through a lot, okay? But the image right here and the inside images are so cute. This did not matter to me. I said, we can work with this. We can fix you. We can figure out something. This is a little bit later Telltale. This is about the age of the books that I used to read as a kid. I remember the backs looking like this. So I'm guessing early 70s. Even the end papers are cute. But look at it. He looks like a little Scottish duckling. I don't know. I haven't read the story yet, but oh my word. So cute. Have y'all seen this one before? I mean, so cute. This one, I have seen many people haul this one, and I've seen some eclectic journals made out of it, so I'll be using this book for that. This is 1965, and it's in pristine condition. This is probably the nicest book of all the ones that I got. And then I paid more for this one. Most of these were pretty good prices, you know, $1 or less. This one I think I paid $2 or $3 for it, and I didn't mind that because it's just precious, and you don't see this one that often. So I think I have another version of this in a bigger book with different illustrations, but I'm pretty sure that the prayers are still the same. Very sweet. I got this one for my daughter. I would like to make her a journal one day. She's actually told me that she would like to have one. I can't remember the theme she said, but I would like to make a parakeet journal for her because she has and loves parakeets. And then I'll make one to sell as well. But I couldn't pass this one up. This one's been duct taped. It's a wonder book. I love this illustration style. And I mean, this little bird, he or she, I think it's a he, has a personality, as most parakeets do. And he's a little bit mischievous. He meets a girl bird named Pretty Baby. Yeah, just super cute. I had to bring this one home. Look at this one. Tip Top Elf Book, Frabie Cat. Is it not sweet? I can't pass up Dr. Owl. Oh, goodness. I know I laugh so hard at these images, but they're just so cute. They bring such joy to my heart. I just can't help but to laugh. This one, I plan to make some back-to-school journals this late summer. I've never made those before, but I have enough ephemera and then some to make some back-to-school vintage school journals. I had never heard of this one, but evidently it's a school bus that gets a little crazy on the way to school. I don't know that I want to put my child on this bus, but it makes for an entertaining story. And I thought it was cute for back to school. I have this one already, but I got this one because I couldn't remember if the one that I have has this on the back. This may have to be the one that I keep for myself. I don't know. This is just too amazing. The original Big Bird with the small head. And then this one is not for junk journaling. This is just for me to keep and put on my keepsake shelf. It's a vintage book about Walt Disney World. It's a Hallmark pop-up book. I've gotten to where I've started to collect these unintentionally. I'll say that. Or intentionally. But I have one that is Night Before Christmas that I had as a child. And then I bought a Sesame Street one. And now I have a Walt Disney one. But look. We have the Steamboat. Some of these things in here are torn out because a child has loved on it. But that's okay. We have the Country Bear Jamboree. Oops. It's a Small World with the camel. Let's see if this one works. Yep. Don't y'all love these books? And then we have the Teacup Ride. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels when you're on it. And then the Jungle Cruise. This one, I feel like part of it is missing because I think there was another character down here that did something. I don't know if he's in there. No, he's completely gone. Whoever was sitting on this stool is no longer there, but Goofy still moves around. And then I think she played the cello, but I think he used to also bang the drum. And you can see part of his arm moving, but it's been taped, so no longer functional. This is a Lift the Flap, the Swiss Family Treehouse. And then this one, I have a feeling this is my story anyway. I think the kid got so freaked out by the ghost popping up that he ripped him out because there's nothing in there. Maybe I could figure out what he looked like and add my own and put a tab in there, maybe. And this is my favorite page. I think I might display it like this. How magical. Okay. I got another Telltale. This one is also in really crazy shape. Dirty and scuffed and just looks like it's been thrown in the mud, but the images, y'all, so cute. The inside is okay. I mean, there's some foxing, but that's all right. Well, somebody didn't like the worm, so they scribbled out the worm, but for the most part, the pages are clean. Look at the little Dotsons putting out the picnic blanket. This was when Victorian culture was brought back in the 60s and 70s. 2 Sesame Street soft covers that I can use as pages and fussy cutting. I already had this one. This is one of my favorite Sesame Street books ever made. If you have not read this book, you should. It's laugh out loud funny. And I don't think it's just because I like Grover. I think it's really funny. And this is Cookie Monster's Circle book, which I'd never seen before. 1972, when it was still a baby show. Is that not so cute? Someone has written, but it's in pencil. This is one of the 25-cent books that I got. Oh, that's not trash. This is called Better Homes and Gardens Diet Book, and it will be, honestly, this, now that I look at it, it's got some weird staining, but I wonder if this book would work for my husband's. It looks like about 6 by 9. I'll have to ask him. But I got this for the images. It's got some monochromatic illustrations in here of some some little people and diet tips, weight and height charts. So many of these things are so outdated, it's not even funny. Daily diet diary. Cute little images for beauty journals. How cute. And then lots and lots of menus for what to eat, depending on how many calories you can have per day. Just really cute. The pages themselves are great, so I could probably use the text only ones for making pockets. 25 cents. I got this one mainly for the book jacket, y'all. This was 25 cents, and I loved the book jacket. It actually looks a lot like the cards that Peggy just gave me. Like they could be brothers. But the book itself is okay. I don't know what April editions means. April House, trademark. I don't know who April House is. But the pictures in here are all photographs, and they're retro for sure, but some of them are a little weird. Let's see. That one's okay. This one, this funky dinner party double date with coffee and cards. Very 70s, man. Look at this. I would like to shop in a shop like this now, but kids playing in the snow, braiding hair. My dad used to do photography, and he has a lot of photographs of wildflowers with butterflies. That's what he liked to film. Hemming a dress. They look a little young, but okay. And look, she's reading Tibor Gergel's bedtime stories. I know I just said that wrong, but the book that we all like for junk journals. The bell bottoms get me. Look at them. Embroidered bell bottoms, and look at this little couple here. Looks like some of my mom's yearbook photos. So cute. Worth 25 cents? Absolutely. And the last 25-cent book is a Nancy Taylor course. Now, I think someone has sent me some pages from this in Happy Mail because they looked familiar. I'm assuming that this is some sort of like a modeling agency, Millie Lewis maybe, of the 60s. And the whole book is purpley pink, including the pages. Do y'all see how they're tinted? Almost like a Mary Kay pink. It's not really coming out on camera, but it is definitely a Mary Kay pink. And the images are just so cool. And of course, we've got the beautiful pink background already here. And the beauty of this is someone has written down what they ate every day in September 1963, and they've totaled their calories. I don't know if it tells their goal or not. No, it doesn't. It's so neat. And then you've got these beautiful pictures like that, and then you have photographs of exercises. Lots of exercises. And then how to move like a model. This is definitely a modeling agency. Posture, how to walk. I might have to read this first. This is fun. How to sit properly and arise from sitting properly. You know what? We would all do better to sit more like this versus this. This is really bad for your hips. I'm learning that now that I've been going to so many doctors about aches and pains that I have. And yeah, lots of things that I probably should change about the way I sit. How to get in and out of a car. And then these beautiful pink note pages. 25 cents. I wish they had the other books that went with the series, but they only had book 2. They had 2 more of the book clubs, the Sesame Street book clubs, and I love these. So definitely worth the price. I think they were $1, maybe. Very dirty on the outside, but that's all right. Some of these I might turn into, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to do large Sesame Street books or just Golden Book and smaller. I don't know. These intimidate me a little bit, making big ones. Maybe you guys can encourage me or make one with me, and I won't feel so scared to go alone. All right, I got this for my husband's Jewish Israel trip journal. There are things in here that I can fussy cut, like there's a bottle of Coke in here. Let's see if I can find it. Like this. I remember him sending me a picture because he had gotten a Coke at a gas station that looked like that. So things like that I can put in the journal or just cut out and let him have like a folder of things to glue in as he goes, you know, actually junk journal along the way. I think would be fun. And then I found a very good condition Care Bears book, and I paid $3 for this one. But it is, I have a couple more of these in this series, but I didn't have the blue one, and this is in great condition. And honestly, the pictures are not quite as, some of the other books, they have kind of scary pictures inside, and I don't like that. The Care Bear movie used to terrify me, actually. It used to be in the summer movies. Here's a book that will go into my shop. If you love vintage space or you're planning a space journal, I'm going to be listing this one. I think this was some sort of promotional souvenir book that the gas stations sold. And this will be, it's beautiful. If you love vintage space, you have to have this. It's just, if I was making another space journal, I would be cutting this up in a skinny minute, but I don't plan to. But look, I mean, there is so much in here. There is fussy cutting. There's ready-made journal cards. Beautiful imagery. Here's the commanders of the ship. Footage from the landing. So pretty. The font is cool. History of space exploration. Isn't that so cool? And look at these. Beautiful backgrounds for tags and cards too. So cool. I love this book. I'm serious. If I were making another space journal, this would be one that I would look for. And then I found another Sesame Street. It was not in the order, but that's fine. This was kind of like the encyclopedias. On the inside, it looks identical to what I had. But the outside, I think they redid it in the 80s and made real pictures on the front. So. And the last book from the book sale is this. Betsy and Billy. And normally I don't get books with just black and white illustrations, but I have decided that I'm going to be, just because the images aren't very colorful doesn't mean that I can't make a colorful card. If you put this on top of vintage gift wrap or wallpaper that has a lot of color and pattern, I think it could be very striking. So look at this. I will be using a lot of these in the back to school journals as well, because there is a lot of school imagery in here. The paper is that real soft, almost feels like Kleenex type paper. So it wouldn't be good on its own for anything. It would definitely be fussy cutting and gluing down. And I think this was 1941 was the publication date. And this school is one of the schools that's no longer here. It's that old. It's just very old. So yeah, lots of, oh, and look, the library pocket and the due date slip. Very cute. Look at that. So that was my haul from the library sale. Now let me show you what I found at my thrift shop. I was not planning on going anywhere this weekend. We had rain that canceled some of the yard sales, but I had some clothes in the back of my car to go to my thrift shop, and they're only open one Saturday a month, and so it was yesterday. So we went, and I found some things. Let's see. I found this, and this might go in my shop. Raggedy Ann and Andy wall hanging growth chart. It is unopened, 1976, and it's so cute. It's got everything you need, including the little measurement tape that you put along the edge. I don't know what this is for. Oh, that's the dowel to hang it with. Okay. And then all of the thread that you need. I don't recognize that brand, but it looks very similar to DMC floss. So, very cute. I couldn't leave that there. It's so cute. I got a couple of grab bags of craft and sewing items. Look at this retro glitter. They call it sprinkles. I bet that is misleading and some kids tried to eat it because it says just for kids. I could be wrong though. There's no date. No dates. I don't know how old it is. I'm going to guess 90s. I've never heard of that brand. It looks kind of like Ponyo. Y'all know who Ponyo is? Vintage Walmart ribbon. I love the spool. Be a cute Christmas tuck spot. Button cards. I think this is what made this bag be priced at $2. But that's fine. I'm always up for more button cards. It says buttons for stars. I don't know what that means. Lots of blue and green and purple. So it must have been a specific project they were using them for. Oh, there's a darker one, and there's one that's older that's yellow. And then some ribbon, and it's not wired, so that's cool, sort of a golden tone. We got 3 packs of the little eyes from TG&Y, so these are old. I love it. I'm going to save this as ephemera. I don't really know what this is, but it says Birmingham, England, which is cool. But these, I think these are just heavy, heavy duty sewing pins, which is cool because you know how so many pins bend when you, well, if you accidentally run over them with your sewing machine, but sometimes just pinning fabric, some of the newer pins now, I feel like they bend easy. Another thing that I do, when I have something very lightweight to hang on my wall, like a small basket or an embroidery hoop, I don't want to put a big hole in my wall, so I hang them with straight pins. We learned that trick when we were in the Army, and we had very strict regulations about how many holes we could put in our walls and even what color we could paint our rooms. So my mom started hanging some of our things with straight pins, and I bet these would hold more weight than what I currently have in my use. So I was excited about those. A spool of ribbon, another red ribbon. This is a little bit newer, it looks like. So the lady that was working got very excited about this and kind of sad that she didn't see it before I did. Look, it's a whole bag of wooden clothespins, the old-fashioned kind, the clenching kind. that you make peg dolls with. Or in my case, I like to wrap lace around them because you start it by putting the lace in and then you just wrap. I love this. I got all of these for $1. I was blown away. I'll be sharing some of these in Happy Mail. If I send you Happy Mail, I'll probably use some to wrap lace and thread around whatever I send you, fibers. And so, yeah, because they're hard to find, and when you do find them, they're definitely not this cheap. You almost have to order them now, because I don't think you can buy them in stores. I don't even think Hobby Lobby has them anymore, or maybe they do, but they're definitely not $1. Far from it. And last but not least, this thrift store occasionally has fabric, but it's never vintage. It's always like 2000s and up, you know, or even current fabrics, because I think a lot of quilters donate there. But I found, I kind of don't want to think about what was there on Thursday because I didn't go, but what was left that I bought yesterday was enough to make me happy, as if I need more fabric. But look, I found real wool Scottish plaid, authentic. So when I make my dad's Scottish journal, whenever that is, I have red. I already had blue, like a dark bluish green, but I didn't have the red. And this is beautiful. This vintage patchwork, I have this already in a brown and yellow and orange, but look. And I think I have it in a patriotic too, but this one has yellow. And it's some of the prints that we love and use, and they sort of just copied them into a patchwork design. And it's probably, I don't know, half a yard. Maybe a little bit less than half. Look at this. Country geese. It's Christmas colors, but they're not really Christmassy, so I could probably use it for anything. Country geese with bow ties and kerchiefs and bandanas. And more geese. And this was very unique. They're very spread out, which I think is interesting. I wonder if they were meant for curtains or something. They're very, very spread out, but they're hilarious, just the way they're shaped. So I could easily make pockets out of these, or just, you know, cut them around with pinking shears and make a little fabric cluster. But I thought that was so interesting. Normally when you see geese, it's with blue or gray or, you know, yellow. Never seen it with brown. And the best for last, y'all. I almost cried when I saw this. Look. Look at this beautiful fabric. It's almost like toile type imagery, but it's very 70s. It's got cats and dogs and goats. I guess that's a goat. And frogs. And the colors are so lovely. Let's see if there's a brand. I don't see anything on the selvage. Sometimes you can use Google Lens to do a search and you can find out who made the fabric, but fabric is tricky. If it wasn't like a well-known, like Cranston or something, generally it doesn't give you the exact match, but I'm gonna try because this is so cute. I wanna know who made it. All right, that's it. That is my thrift haul, library haul, and announcement about my daughter's Etsy shop. I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I will see you tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow I will be posting a video of a flip through of a journal that I decided to make over the weekend for a friend. Totally unplanned. It was planned, but I wasn't planning on doing it now, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I knew I could get it done in one weekend, and I'm very pleased with the result. So that will be posting tomorrow morning. Check out that when it comes up. You guys have a wonderful evening.